Hello and welcome to another event in the lunchtime webinar series with Hendricks Wealth and Estate Management. I'm Jim Madel, financial advisor with the firm. I'm joined by Daniel Leitner, who's also financial with Hendricks Wealth and Estate Management. Plus, we have a special guest today, Amanda Nelson of Senior Lifestyle Solutions. So during this series, this webinar series, we've generally been speaking to financial related topics. Today we're going to switch directions, albeit slightly, and speak to a little on aging and more importantly, aging in place, if that's your long-term desire or long-term desire of someone that you care for. There is a Q&A button at the bottom of the screen, so if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them at the end. So let's dive right in. So first, let's look at some national projections as it relates to aging in the U.S. First, we have an aging surge currently happening in our country. The senior population is projected to increase from about 58 million to about 82 million by 2050. This is causing a generational shift. Indications are showing that within a decade, older Americans will surpass the number of people under age 18 for the first time in U.S. history. In turn, this is leading to an increased need for assistance for our older population. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, estimates that seniors over 85 are 6 times more likely to need help with daily activities than younger seniors. And this generational shift is also causing something that's right now being referred to as the sandwich trap. According to AARP data, about 29% of family caregivers are part of the sandwich generation. And what that means is right now they're simultaneously pushed to care for an aging parent while still raising their own children. So what's the financial impact with this? Well, there's roughly 53 million unpaid caregivers, usually family members, in the US. And those unpaid caregivers contribute over 870 billion in economic value, not dollars, but economic value annually through that informal care. Often while they're paying thousands of dollars out of pocket and sacrificing their own careers to care for their aging parents or relatives. And this is where companies like Senior Lifestyle Solutions fit in nicely. So now I'll turn it over to Amanda to talk about her company, Senior Lifestyle Solutions, and offer a few tips on how to safely age in place. Amanda?
Thanks so much, Jim, for having us. I want to kind of touch base on some of the key points that you just made. Cost of living is not covered as we think about aging and we talk about long-term facilities or independent living, assisted living. Those are not covered by insurance. So aging in place is right now, if your home is paid off and you're looking for care, the average in Illinois right now for an assisted living in apartment, which means that you have just small help, maybe meal prep, you go down to the lounge or restaurant that's in the building, is roughly averaging between $5,000 and $7,000 a month. That also includes independent living, just about 4,000 to 6,000. If you have the assets in any of these buildings, you have to fill out a financial application. If you need long term right now to share a room with an individual that you may not know is currently between $8,000 and $10,000 a month. So there are some solutions, and I will also share with you with the aging population, there's not going to be enough of these apartment buildings being built as quickly as people are aging. So different options out there. So my name is Amanda. I work for Senior Lifestyle Solutions. I am their marketing and clinical liaison. I am an RN by background. I've been in healthcare for 24 years. I will be graduating in 6 weeks with my nurse practitioner in adult gerontology. So seniors, thank you. So adult seniors have just held a huge heart in place in my heart for the last 24 years. I've been with seniors a lot of my career. So we are here located in Crystal Lake. We service 11 counties. These are our caregivers. A couple classes ago, we have our caregivers come in. They go through background checks. They go through trained competency. If they are placed in one of our jobs every 90 days, we are also doing care plan meetings with them. We're meeting them. We're reviewing competencies. This is a big one that I will share with you. As you have individuals who come into your home, please make sure that they've been vetted through the company has insurance. Do they have certificates? Can they show proof that they've done care plans? And they should be meeting with you every 90 days by state law here in Illinois. You think you're good? Companionship. As our seniors are aging, I will share with you. I had to do a research dialogue presentation a few weeks ago. The amount of what they're calling senior orphans is astronomical. It is millions. It's 6.2 million over the age of 65 are considered senior orphans. What that means is that they do not have anybody in their life, a spouse, children, nieces, nephews, to help them navigate. So what we are seeing is companionship, and no, there is none. And depression is on the rise because they have nobody to count on. So our caregivers can do visits, they can do puzzles, they can take them to the nail salon, the doctors. We've had individuals go on trips, vacations, Arizona, Florida. So we're able to do that with our caregivers and our clients to make sure that they're able to go on vacations and that's not inhibited. Personal care, most home care and all home care should be non-medical, means that they do not have skilled services present. That's not a nurse, not a physical therapist, not occupational. But they should be able to offer personal care, including activities of daily living, means that they can help with bathing and showering, dressing and grooming, transferring, using a Hoyer lift, using a sit to stand, meal prep, planning and preparation, light housekeeping, and medication reminders. They're not able to do in the state of Illinois. Their regs are the regulations for medication management means that they can't take a Tylenol out of the pill bottle. But if you have a Tylenol ready where they can, your loved one says, hey, I'm in pain, they can go ahead and offer that Tylenol. So please make sure that you find a home care agency that understands what the regulations are and they are maxing out on all of their capabilities with their caregivers in your home. Specialty care. We Senior Lifestyle Solutions, we definitely specialize in Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, stroke recovery, palliative, and hospice. We work with quite a few companies where we are able to place our caregivers in under 8 hours, which is astronomically amazing because most have a waiting list to have caregivers come into their home to live in their home to take care of your loved one. What that does is under 8 hours, the hospital says, hey, it's discharged and it's 12 o'clock, and you have 2 hours to find yourself out of the hospital and how to get home. We work very much on how we can pick up your loved one at the hospital, help get them into the vehicle, help them get out of the vehicle at their home, get them settled and situated, and then they have somebody there to help with meal preps, make sure that they're taking their meds, their pain meds. Our services, they write notes daily, hourly really, is what's going on, what's their vitals, how are they doing. And then I kind of oversee the clinical. So if we're noticing, we're able to catch things differently in that specialty services of care. These are two options. Live-in care right now, we start our rates at $380. Our hourly, we do hourly. Most home care agencies have a 4 hour limit, means that they want 4 hours committed. Usually they want a consistent schedule once, twice a week. If you just want to use us for 2 hours to take mom to the doctors because you've got a kiddo who's sick and you needed to go to the pediatrician, our caregivers will pick them up, take them to the doctors, bring it back with you, the paperwork. That way, you're not missing two things at once, especially with the sandwich generation right now at almost 30%. It is hard to go left, and you need to go left, right, and straight. Live-in care at 380, that's 24 hours. Our caregivers sleep when the client sleeps. 24-hour care, sometimes we have individuals with diseases that they sleep for 20 minutes and then they're up for 4 hours, and they sleep for 20 minutes and up for 4 hours, and they're a fall risk and they're a flight risk, and the alarms aren't working on the doors that we've encouraged to use. So what we would do is put two 12-hour caregivers into place and take those shifts. And that comes usually starts at a rate of a $38 an hour. When you're doing home care shopping, ask what they charge for canceling if somebody goes in, or taking away an agreement. We do an agreement, we do not do a contract. What is the live-in rate? What is 24-hour care rate? What is the hourly rate? And do they have a 1 hour rate versus a 4 hour rate? Those are very much questions as you go through your questionnaire, is always use those, and then ask if they have references where they can talk with other clients in past in regards to it. Sometimes it's a little bit, they're going to pick probably their favorites, but the best thing you can do is ask questions. The other thing is mom and dad need care. We don't double charge. That's another question as you're going, is we don't double charge for mom and dad. We'll do a base plus an additional fee, but there are a lot of home care agencies. Right now, the average, and I do a call basis, and I'll call some home cares. Across the area, it's an average of $450 to $500. I will share with you, half of them will double charge, means that's a $900 to $1,000 a day to have one caregiver in for both parents. Currently, how services are paid for, a majority of home care agencies service private pay. We service also VA benefits. So if you are a veteran and have no clue how to get your homemaker hours, please call our office. We'll be happy to walk you through it. We also accept long-term care insurance. Veteran benefits, again, we will help walk you through it. It's sometimes a hassle. We do have enough contacts in the VA industry that we can help walk you through how to ask for those homemaker hours and how to make sure you get home care covered. Usually home care maker hours are determined based on the diagnosis. So say you need 40 hours covered and they will only cover 28. 28 hours will be covered under the VA, and then Senior Lifestyle Solutions will meet you and bill you at the additional 12 hours to cover the 40 hours. About 53 million US adults are currently assisting relatives, spouses, friends, and neighbors. That's 1 in 5 Americans are being considered a caregiver. 53% still work full-time jobs. 43% are sole providers, caring typically 20 hours a week for a loved one. 72% report emotional stress. I probably will say that's probably a 99%, where 27% is being not even related and expressed on their stress level. 43% report sleeping difficulties. Not only are they being considered for power of attorney for healthcare, but also financials. What is that doing for them and themselves and their loved ones for financials? And the reported depression, I say that's underskewed at 36%. Senior Lifestyle Solutions, we're here to help. If it's just that, you have a marriage to attend, a wedding to attend, and you just need 4 days, we'll be here to support you. If you need resources, you can ask Jim. I feel like I am the yellow pages in the old school telephone book. I get calls all the time. I don't know what to do. Who do you know? I just had a neighbor refer a friend of hers, and she goes, my dad's in Madison, Wisconsin, which we don't serve Wisconsin at all. And my dad really needs help. And I was like, I don't know anybody in Wisconsin. However, I know companies that do support the Madison area. And I was able to refer her to the hospice that I would use here locally. They have a branch in Madison. They were able to bring dad home from a facility that they were unhappy with. Dad was placed into hospice, was comfortably put into care. This is why networking is really important, is who do you know? Because what you don't know in healthcare is 1 out of 10 individuals can navigate healthcare successfully. We have tons of partnerships. We collaborate with a lot. Healthcare is very stressful. We just want you to understand we don't charge for our resources. We want you to know that we want to take care of the individuals that we serve. How do you start the process? You call us 815-526-0054. You can ask for Amanda, Lori, Sean. We'll come out and do a free assessment in the home, talk about the fall risk. We'll talk about, do you need a stair lift? We've got partners that we use who can do quick turnarounds. Is there, maybe we talk about palliative, we talk about hospice, we talk about home care, we talk about home health, how to get home health, how to get services. The safety check will be done. We'll give you all the resources we can to make sure that you are home safe, your loved ones safe, and just a phone. Home safety checklist, bathroom, grab bars. Lifeway Mobility will put in grab bars. I think they'll do 3 grab bars at $400. Ace Hardware, you can buy grab bars off of Amazon, and Ace Hardware, I think, will put them in. Same with Home Depot. We encourage no step shower. They've got the poles that are now becoming really popular where they've got this swirly 360, so it goes from your commode to your bathtub. We want to make sure medications are properly stored, not in a candy dish looking like M&Ms, which I find quite frequently is meds are just in there and they're like, oh, I take the blue one and I take the orange one daily, and then in the afternoon they're like, I take the white one with the M on it and then the 150, and you don't know what the pills are. So we'll go through those options, what AI has come up with. There's great medication containers that will alert you when the medication box is turned upside down. It doesn't show that it's been taken, but it can alert loved ones via phone that once it's taken. Bedroom, grab bars, lights along the bed, adjustable bed rails, nighttime necessities, a urinal, a bedside commode. Room is free of clutter. Paths are clear. Using a grab bar, I think you can get them $12 off Amazon.
That's awesome. So Amanda, that was amazing stuff. I should have put your slide, your main slide in here, but can you give everyone that phone number again if they needed to get in touch with you guys?
Yes, 815-526-0054. Or my direct line is 815-758-8728. My name is Amanda. Please go ahead and give us a call, ask us questions, and if you have nowhere to start, start with me. We'll help you navigate, and then we'll give you a plethora of resources that you'll feel so much more comfortable. I have this mantra: if you know what's coming and you're over prepared, things are less stressful and less chaotic, and will give you no anxiety knowing what's coming.
Yeah, and that was perfect. I really appreciate it, Amanda. And I met Amanda through we met at a trade show that Dan and myself and another financial advisor here were doing at that one I think was at Sun City actually, and Amanda invited me on her rock and roll tour where we go to um, uh, Pingree Grove. We go to the Caroline Lakes facility there. We've been out to Our Lady of the Wayside Church out in Arlington Heights. We have another event coming up July 21st out in Wakanda at the Senior Center out there. So it's just been a wonderful thing. And on a personal level, unbeknownst to me, when we had put this whole presentation together, it was all set to go. And then last week, I actually personally in my life needed my wife and her brothers to call upon Amanda's great company to care for my father-in-law. So, they're fantastic and they do great work. So, I can attest to it personally. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, we really appreciate that vote of confidence. Our presentations are ABCs of aging. So if you
Yes.
need a presenter for any of your groups, I bring a panelist of anywhere from 7 to 10 presenters, and we start with health or in wealth management. We talk about wealth or health management, the pulse form, and talking about LTACs and SNFs and independent living and hospice and palliative. And it's a quick 2 hour brief overview. It's not to stress anybody out, but if you are interested in attending, please reach out to Jim or myself, and we can let you know when the next presentation is for those two.
Absolutely. Thanks, Amanda. And looking ahead for our webinar series, again, we do these every Wednesday at 11:30. Next week, we will have our very own Sean Hendricks speaking about settlements, inheritance, and windfalls, why choosing the right advisor is critical. The week after that, Daniel Leitner, who's on screen with us here, will be speaking about the newish Trump account guide, or the new Trump accounts, and a guide to what parents need to know regarding those accounts. And then on July 22nd, um, Tom Anderson, who's our financial advisor down in our Bradenton, Florida office, he's going to be speaking about the SAVE plan and the fact that it's actually ending today, and what student loan borrowers need to do next. So join us for those. If you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the chat right now and we can answer them. But I want to thank everyone for attending. I want to thank Amanda again for taking time out of her busy schedule to join us here today. We post all of these webinars out on our Facebook page and on our website at hendrickswealth.com. So it's a pretty active resource there. Thank you, everyone, and hope to see you next week.